not just about being young and in your face and saying, oh yes, I can say the F word if I want and be really rebellious just because it's a word we don't really say in India because it's all about traditional cultures. No. It's also for people who have children, who are young mothers, who are young fathers, who are struggling on their own with their careers and everything, and struggling with their families, about being the only single sons, and having to not be able to go out of their homes and travel the world and do exactly what they are calling is, what they feel deep inside their hearts, because they have all of these obligations, right? So my talk today was supposed to be about two things. About the fact that there are all of these shoulds that we have to keep succumbing to, that we keep hearing, that we keep hitting our heads into every time we're trying to find a path that we think makes us happy, and about how we can go about doing that in a country where we meet these kind of stops and obstacles on every second turn. And this is how I have personally found methods to deal with it. Number one, the question that I always address is finding out who you truly are. Now, people have asked me this question saying, I'm Bangalorean, I'm Chandigarhian, I'm Punjabi. Okay, don't mess with me. Stuff like that. I'm a vegetarian, I'm vegan, I'm a vegetarian, I'm a doctor, I'm an accountant, I'm a model, I'm an actor, whatever it may be. I'm an artist. You can't label me, I'm unlabeled. Whatever it is. But these are just things that you do. It's like your job, but it's not really who you are as a person. And a lot of people like, what do you mean? I am my job. Like, I love my job all the time. What do you mean? It's the only thing I know. And that's something that needs to be addressed. Because we spend so much of our time and energy in our lives, in school, with people telling us, I don't know, focus on, you need to be studying really hard and you need to learn everything that's written in these books, and you barely get to question any of it. In fact, we don't really have a culture where we nurture questioning and curiosity about finding out exactly, maybe there is something other than just what's in this textbook right now in front of my face, which actually interests me in life. Any of it to make people happy. We don't really have a culture where we nurture questioning and I just feel as though finding out exactly, maybe there is something other than just what's in this text now right now. How does one actually go about doing that, right? In life, people are like, to make people happy, and in fact, we have a culture where we nurture questioning. And so to find out who you are, you need to do that by freeing yourself outside this text now right now. How does one actually go about doing that? And I think in life, people are like, and I know it sounds extremely silly and counterfeit, and I just feel as though you need to do that by freeing yourself outside this text now right now. How does one actually go about doing that? And I think in life, how do I get out of that? And I know it sounds extremely silly and counterfeit, and I just feel as though in case you then not this text now right now. How does one actually go about doing that? You know this? How do I get out of that? And I know it sounds is a conditioned behavior. It's actually obliged to do and say things that are expected of us, but actually make us feel really restricted and don't really make us feel happy. You know this? Makes sense? And I know it sounds is a conditioned behavior. I should be here to understand that and say things that are expected of us. So, I'll give you an example of some major shifts that I faced in my life. Makes sense? Kind of figure out is a conditioned behavior. I should be here to understand that and say things that are expected of us. So, I'll give you an example of some major shifts that I faced in my life. Makes sense? Kind of figure out is a conditioned behavior. I should be here to understand that and say things that are expected of us. So, I'll give you an example of some major shifts that I faced in my life. Makes sense? Kind of figure out is a conditioned behavior. I should be here to understand that and say things that are expected of us. So, I'll give you an example of some major shifts that I faced in my life. Kind of figure out kids out to get tattoos when they're 16 because, I mean, legally, is that allowed? But who cares? But my mom, all of that. That's one major should that kids out to get tattoos because of me. Shoulds that I faced in this industry because I work in film and television. When they're 16 because, I mean, legally, is that allowed? I was approached by this talent management company. Now, talent management companies are supposed to, get lots of artists on board board, actors, etc., whatever, and they get you jobs. Like, you get to go host like a Red Bull event, you get to go and, be a showstopper at an event or something like that. You get like auditions for movies and things like that. And like 6 months into this contract, these guys called me up and said, hey, Bani, we'd like to speak to you. Can you please come into the office? I said, sure, man. So I showed up and I was like, how's it going? How's everybody? What's up? And they were just like, all right, so we're having a little trouble, pitching you in the market. And I said, what does that mean? Isn't that what you do? That's like your job. And they were like, yeah, but actually we just have 2 categories. And I'm not joking. This is verbatim what these guys said to me. So, on the one hand, there are these girls who are like very, like diva types, and, they're like, pretty, and they'd like host these things, and they can do these movies. And then on the other hand, we have these like benji kind of girls, who are like very like Indian-y and like desi and stuff. And I was like, all right. And he's like, so you don't particularly fall into either one of these categories, and that is a problem. And I was just like, I mean, apart from the fact that that's highly demeaning and limiting to the women in the industry, just having 2 of these little categories, I mean, create a category for me. Maybe I'm an individual, maybe I'm like a niche person going on, I don't know, doing my thing. Is that so difficult? I don't understand, like, and they're looking at me, and then he went on to say, he's like, so here's what we've created a plan of how to pitch you. And I said, tell me, what is the plan? Bring it, man. And he was like, we think that you should dye your hair black, because I had like 3 different colors in my hair that time. Right now there's maybe 2. And he said, definitely don't get any more tattoos, and maybe you shouldn't train so much. And I was just like, so you want me to stop doing things that I actually enjoy doing, that I use as avenues to express myself, so that you can put me in your 2 limited categories, 1 of 2? I was like, hell no, man, that's never gonna happen. That should never happen. You should never, ever have to put yourself in a little folder, in a little column, in an Excel file sheet where somebody can just, for their own convenience, label you and file you away. Don't do it. It is not worth it. You know what is worth it? Working on yourself, finding out who you are, what makes you happy, and really not giving a shit about what other people say. Because trust me, I had this chat with them maybe 2 years into the industry. I've been in the industry for 10 years now. 10 years. I'm giving a TED talk on how you should be who you are. Because that is what people in our country really need to discover. Because if you are not comfortable with who you are, you don't know what you stand for, you don't know what you want from your life, because you're so busy listening and paying attention to all of the wrong channels, which are all of these Auntie G's. I'm sure you have the best interests of me at heart, but seriously, I don't want to marry your son. Please let me be. Move out and discover for yourself. Read a couple of books, travel, whatever it is. Step outside of yourselves and just look at yourself from a different perspective and expand. Just expand. You don't need to be going very far. I mean, you guys are here already at a TED Talk where you're supposed to be being inspired and wanting to figure out things and think about things outside of a box. Smash that box, burn it to smithereens. We don't want any fucking boxes. We don't want any small little red dots. We just want to be free. We want to be who we are. So just let us do that. And for everybody, whether you are in your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, your 60s, your 70s, your 100s, it doesn't really matter. You should never be who you are not. You should just be free. You should want to be happy. And yeah, man. Are you guys understanding what I'm saying? Are you feeling it? Are you feeling it? Because I'm feeling it when I'm talking to you guys, and I'm like, oh my God, this is exactly what I wanted to say to them, and I hope they're getting it. So yeah, man, seriously, because it doesn't have to do with just being a woman, and it doesn't have to be just being a man. It has nothing to do with the gender of it. It has so much more to do with just being happy with yourself, within yourself, because the minute you start to accept who you are, that's it. That's where the buck stops, because then everybody else who you meet will automatically be accepting of you, because they'll see how much you love yourself and how much you accept yourself and how little of a shit really doesn't matter to you what people are saying, how they're looking at you. It doesn't matter, because I'm so happy within my own state right now. This light is trying to find me. There we go. All right. So yeah. Also, there was this huge joke when I was in high school, because this is how much I used to struggle with trying to explain to people who I am, why I am the way I am, all of that. Because, man, people just love passing so many judgments in our country. And they would be like, hey, Miss Judge, how's it going? And I'll be like, that's a joke. Because even though my last name is Judge, I used to just call me Miss Judge, duh. Since nobody has, any openness in their minds to kind of accept who I am and all of that. That was just a joke. But anyway, I have just noticed right now that the screen says 0000000. Oh my God, I think that means I'm out of time. So before these guys come and say, Madam, aap bas nikal jao yahan se, I want to leave you guys with one quote, which is by an activist, and her name is Eleanor Roosevelt, if I can just find it. Okay, where is it? Here we go. Here we go, I found it. All right. In closing, it's your life, but only if you make it so. The standards by which you live must be your own standards, your own values, your own convictions in regards to what is right and wrong, what is true and false, what is important and what is trivial. So you guys, happy seeking. Please find out who you are. Stick to your convictions, your own standards. Don't let anybody else tell you how you should be living your life and what you should be doing, because at the end of the day, you know right here in your gut, in your heart, what it is that makes you who you are, which is a happy human being. All right, cool. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you, Bani. That was indeed brilliant. And now we will be having one of the feature videos of TED Talk. Can we cue in the video, please?
When I was 9 years old, my mom asked me what I would want my house to look like. And I drew this fairy mushroom. And then she actually built it. I don't think I realized this was so unusual at the time, and maybe I still haven't, because